Can a great ass be assessed? Is there such a thing as an ideal butt?
Different cultures show different preferences with respect to the ideal butt shape. From the small, round Western ideal to the large, triangular steatopegia of the women of the African Bushman tribe.
And now for the science portion of our program.
Dr. David Holmes, a British psychologist, assesses asses in 6 categories and proposes a formula for the ideal butt. Shape plus circularity times bounce plus firmness divided by texture minus vertical ratio equals 80 points when each of the assets gets a perfect score on a scale devised by the doctor.
Huh?
We're going to the Arabesque Dance Studio to find out if belly dancers possess the perfect butt. We've given them the formula and asked them to nominate one of their own as best bum.
Okay, analyze this.
How will Saba's backside measure up against perfection?
So the overall shape, a trodden-on donut.
No.
Definitely. A pear dropped from a great height.
No.
A small peach shape. I would go for a large peach shape.
Large.
Or a nicely sized peach shape.
Okay, so the perfect butt formula. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Of course, I didn't in my school study assology, so I'm out. Did anyone take notes?
Bounce. Nothing can stop this badly contained jelly. And it wobbles for 30 seconds after one flits. No, it's not moving.
No.
So let's add it up. Times B.
Saba, your bum is a 45.
At 45 out of a possible 80 points, Saba scored quite low.
What?
13 of us voted that Saba had the best bum in the company. She's getting like the middle mark. It's totally ridiculous.
But is there really such a thing as an ultimate ass?
There's so many different kinds of beauty, and you really can't put a label on that.
What do belly dancers think of the psychologist's formula?
The individual who came up with these criteria, their idea of what a perfect backside is very narrow. It doesn't bounce, it doesn't have any dimples, it doesn't live or it doesn't breathe, basically. It's manufactured somewhere, and it's not really what most women have, so I think it's very unrealistic.
Only some old man who spends a lot of time by himself would have enough nerve to write down the perfect bottom formula. I mean, serious. You can't go into public and say that thing because you will be lynched within moments, and I will make sure of it.
Belly dancers do not believe there's one rear to revere. Will pole dancers disagree?
If there is one thing I've learned in life, it's that pole dancers will disagree with everything.
Hi, Haley. Hey. You ready to go?
Haley feels her rear is far from ideal. And what's worse, the scarring tells men something far from ideal about her character.
The accident was horrible, and overall it was more embarrassing than anything. But just having to always explain myself and what happened, that's a whole thing on its own. I'm looking forward to never having to tell that story again.
To improve the appearance of Haley's buttocks, Dr. Spruill begins by harvesting fat from each of her flanks. The fat is then concentrated in a centrifuge machine to prepare it to be re-injected. Next, Dr. Spruill cuts out the old scar in the crease of Haley's right buttock. The wound is then carefully sutured closed. More fat is removed from Haley's left buttock to get rid of the bump. Finally, Dr. Spruill injects the concentrated fat to fill in the indent made when Haley fell. Haley's surgery took 90 minutes to complete. What is Dr. Spruill's assessment of the operation?
I'm particularly pleased with the scar revision part. It really lined up beautifully. With the other side, it went pretty much as I expected. I put in a little bit more fatty tissue than I anticipated putting in. It's definitely going to be improved.
It will be several weeks before Haley will see that improvement. For now, Haley will be swollen and bruised. Can plastic surgery buy better orgasms? Physicians in Los Angeles inject women's G-spots with a dose of human collagen the size of a quarter with the aim of improving their orgasms.
Okay, wait a minute. Are we saying that the G-spot is real? What? I thought that was the fairy tale.
6, 7.
We're going to Felinity Pole Dancing Studio to find out if members of the bum class possess the perfect butt.
Do you guys feel your bums?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
We've given them the psychologist formula for posterior perfection and asked them to nominate one of their own as best bum. How will Allison's ass measure up against perfection?
Does it look like a trampled on donut?
Huh?
Like a pair of pink grapefruits?
I'd say so.
So that's a 4 for circularity. Vertical ratio, like a traffic cone. Symmetrical both ways.
Yeah,
It's like a baby's bum.
Yes.
All right, ladies, let's tally the totals. So she gets a 72 score.
Unlike the belly dancer, the pole dancer scored very high on the perfection scale.
72? Like, where'd she lose the 8 points? What? Did she spell her name wrong?
What do they think of the psychologist's formula?
He's a psychologist. He's supposed to help mentally people. He's creating formulas that just will stress them out and feel uncomfortable. I don't see the point why he would do that. I would love to ask him that.
Women are presented with notions of ideal beauty all the time, but usually in a much more subliminal manner. It's interesting that when it's presented this explicitly, the reaction you see is stress and borderline anger.
I think he's creating clients for himself.
It's been 3 months since Haley underwent surgery to improve the appearance of her bum, hoping to put the embarrassment of her accident behind her. Haley's scar is less bulky and is hidden in the crease. The left buttock no longer has a bump or an indentation, and her cheeks are more symmetrical.
Now when I look in the mirror, I feel like I'm normal, I see nothing wrong, and I feel like I'm free, and I feel great about it.
Perhaps what women should know before they undergo plastic surgery is that men report less interest in what a woman's body looks like during sex than what they might think. They're less interested during sex in thinking about the body than really just enjoying the fact that they are having sex.
Has plastic surgery put sexy back into Haley's backside?
Now that I've had my plastic surgery, I look forward to my dating life in the future. I'm definitely looking forward to the time in my life where if I meet somebody, I don't have to hide or worry. I can just be myself, and that's great. My confidence since the surgery has definitely improved, and I kind of notice it more with my wardrobe or things that I wouldn't normally wear before, I can wear now. I have succeeded in putting my behind me.